Sackett with Lee J. Sackett Incorporated. We are here at the Minnesota State Fair, and today's spotlight tractor is this 1949 Allis-Chalmers Jeep. We're going to start it out. The first step is to make sure it's in neutral. Next we have to turn on the gas. This one is a little bit harder to reach though. Next we're going to turn on the ignition, and then we're going to pull this. Dennis Vignieri has been a customer of Lee and the crew at Lee J. Sackett Incorporated for many years. In 2021, Lee and his crew finished the restoration of Dennis's Allis-Chalmers D14 by assembling it at the Orange Spectacular show in Hutchinson, Minnesota. Dennis was in attendance and enjoyed the process very much. He said it was so interesting to see how much work goes into what seems like a relatively simple portion of the process. Dennis enjoyed the experience so much that in 2022 he asked Lee and the crew to restore and then finish assembling his Model G at the show. He even trailered his D14 back to the show for an encore appearance. Lee's crew meticulously repaired all of the mechanical components of the tractor before it was sandblasted, primed, and painted. Individual parts were also sandblasted and painted. Once everything was dry, Lee's daughters carefully wrapped all of the loose parts in newspaper to protect the fresh paint during the trip to Hutchinson, Minnesota. Lee wanted to have the tractor disassembled to the point where one person could move every piece that came to the show. The rear axles and transmission housing assembly were a little heavier than Lee had hoped, but he was still able to easily move it around with a pallet jack. The sheet metal was also carefully restored to better than new condition by carefully removing any dents, tears, rust pits, or other imperfections. Then the sheet metal parts were primed, sanded, sealed, and painted. All of the parts were loaded into a trailer and hauled 135 miles from the shop in Waltham, Minnesota to the show. Fortunately, everything made it without a scratch. The rest of this story was written before spectators' eyes as Lee and his crew finished this project, cultivators and all, at the show. Folks watched as parts were installed and the tractor began to take shape. The picture to the left is how the parts looked on the first morning of the show. It was like reality TV without the TV. This magic happens every day at Lee J. Sackett Incorporated. We love what we do and love sharing it with others. We hope you enjoyed reading about this special project today.